welcome back to my channel. My name is Janet, and if you're new here, please consider hitting that red subscribe button. We would love to have you join the family here. And if you are one of my returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I am going to be doing an update video and letting you guys know how I have been feeling about making my dietary change. So as a lot of you have known, I have made the transition from keto to low carb, probably for about a week now. I think it's been a week and a few days. If you haven't seen that video, I will be sure to link it up here in the cards for you to watch, and kind of like my reasoning about going low carb. It kind of goes into more detail about why I made this transition. So I just wanted to give you an update on how I've been doing, what I've been eating, how many carbs I've been having, and so forth. So I made the change, and to do any sort of dietary change is actually quite scary, even to go keto. Like when you start doing keto and you're learning, it's very nerve-wracking because I'm scared of failure. I am really scared of failure, like I'm sure a lot of maybe people watching. And when you start a new dietary weight loss program or lifestyle or whatever you want to call it, it's very nerve-wracking because you don't know if it's going to work. And not only that, if you can like keep it sustainable, depending on how many pounds you have to lose. So for me, I started at 240 pounds and my goal was 100 pounds to lose. And that can be very overwhelming. And if something doesn't work for like dietary weight loss, then you have to switch to something else, and then you have to see if that works. So that is one reason and why I went to low carb, because at that time keto was working for me. I've said in previous videos, if you go back to even watching my videos last year, keto was working for me. I felt so good. I remember feeling so good about my weight loss and how much I was losing and how I was feeling. Like every aspect of the weight loss journey for me at that time was amazing. And to see progress and to feel how I was feeling and no brain fog, and I was getting up energetic, I was sleeping better, all of these things felt euphoric. Like it was amazing on how good I felt. And then, as you guys know, the last year I have just been struggling, and keto has not been working for me any shape or form. I have tried the total carbs. I have tried eliminating. I have tried carnivore, the BBBE. I've tried an egg fast to try to get me back on track. And even last year at this time, I was looking at my videos because I was trying to find the video that I did an interview with Jimmy, because it was Remembrance Day a few days ago. And I wanted to share that video that I interviewed Jimmy and the Remembrance Day special that I did with him. And I'm so happy that I did that interview, because that video is so dear to my heart, and that video will be on YouTube that my kids can watch it, you know, even after we pass away. So it is very, very good. If you haven't seen it, I will definitely link it up here for you to watch. And you know, Jimmy was in the Canadian military for 20 years, so he has some really, really great stories. So I was looking for that video, and when I was looking for that video, I was going through all of the videos that I was putting out last year, and it was all protein sparing modified fast videos. Every single video was protein sparing modified fast. Like it wasn't even keto anymore. It was all the protein sparing modified fast. That was the rave last year. Do you remember that? Did you try it? So I did it because once again, I was stuck. I was once again stuck. And, you know, I didn't know what else to do. And then this protein sparing modified fast became huge in the YouTube world. And I thought I would give it a try. And it worked. It worked. However, that is not sustainable. Like, you don't think about it at that time. You know, when you're doing like the BBBE or when I did the protein sparing modified fast, you're just so happy with the results that you're seeing and how you are feeling, because those go together. I feel like, you know, when you see success, you know, you just automatically start feeling better. And it's also the opposite. If you don't see success, then you don't feel too great about yourself. But you don't think about the sustainability when you're doing those sort of changes or experiments or challenges or however you want to word them. You just see the short-term results. And it worked for me. The protein sparing modified fast worked for me. I think I did it for a couple months because you could only do it for so long anyways. And I can tell, like when I look back on those videos, I can really tell in my face. And, you know, obviously I can tell from those videos to now that even in my face, I have gained weight. And I have been honest with you and told you the amount on the scale that I have gained since that video is probably a good 25 pounds. And then after that came my birthday and Christmas, and we all know December is really tough for anybody, but my birthday is a week before Christmas. So you always celebrate it. And then, you know, mentally being a food addict, you're like, well, I'm really not going to get back on track because then it's going to be Christmas in a week. So then that kind of merges all together. And then when Christmas comes, you're like, well, I'm not going to start until the new year. Like New Year's Day, New Year's Eve isn't a week. I'll just start after that. So that's already 2 weeks of time that, you know, you kind of binge, right? And that technically is what happened. And then in the new year, I was stuck again. And I was thinking like, okay, I'm going to go total carbs. Okay, I'm going to go, you know, I tried all of these different ways with keto. Any way that you can do keto, I did. The clean foods, the total carbs, like the 20 net carbs, like I literally tried them all. And it was just so frustrating because out of all of those things, and I tried them for months. It's not like I tried them for a week and went on to something else. I literally spent a whole year trying different ways with keto and I stuck to it. And it never worked for me. So how have I been doing going back onto low carb? Wow. Right now, this was the best change for me. This was the best change for me, and I am feeling amazing. A weight has been lifted from me with the stress of, and I feel like I added to that own stress, but like, you know, getting the total carbs in, you know, the BBBE challenge and only having total carbs. And, you know, those numbers and those thoughts take up a lot of time in your day. They do for me anyways. As time went on, yes, I know what is zero carbs, you know, bacon, the eggs, and, you know, the meat. And I know that. But there's just like a handful of foods that are zero carbs or 1 carb or 2 carb, you know, and I wasn't willing to just have that handful of food options for the rest of my life. And so that's why I kind of opened that up a little bit to low carb. And it has been life-changing for me, how I feel right now. And I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to stick with this and see how it does throughout, you know, until the new year. And I'm learning a lot about myself as far as getting extra carbs in, because of course being keto for so long, it's really hard to add carbs in. Like you don't think it is, but when you're doing something like low carb and you're extending your carbs to like, I usually tend to go around 40 carbs right now. So it's really hard to think about those carbs because obviously I don't want to add a whole bunch of like junky carbs. You know what I mean? I want to add like some strawberries or like, you know, my smoothies like I made in yesterday's video. And I want to add like good carbs, right? I don't want to have it just as, you know, oh, a chocolate bar is 15 carbs. I'm going to eat that. You know, that's not my goal whatsoever. But it's been very, very liberating for me. And I feel like this might be the change that I need right now. Even if it's not weight loss, I have not stepped on the scale. Even if it's not for weight loss, but just how I feel and the mental freedom that I feel right now, instead of just being, you know, so narrow-minded with the keto and the numbers that I needed for keto. So that aspect has been going great. I had explained also in yesterday's video when we went to Calgary, it was really freeing to know that I had options to eat instead of like, what am I going to eat? Do I need to take my own food? You know, my family is asking, can you have anything to eat there? Should we eat there for supper? You know, all of those things didn't happen and we could just enjoy the day together. And, you know, like I said, once again, that's another example of just being really freeing and liberating, but also, you know, holding on to the reins, holding on to those reins, not just completely letting them go. And I find that I'm eating 3 meals a day. I had said that as well, because I'm really trying to, I'm in this very starting process of fixing my metabolism. That's what I really want to do here. I want to fix my metabolism to get it back to where I can eat, you know, 2,000 calories and not gain any weight. You know, I'm at the point now, like I'm slowly integrating foods and carbs and calories just in a whole, like for a day. I'm really increasing those a little bit. But, you know, for me to lose weight, I would probably have to eat under 1,200 calories, if not 1,000 calories. That's how damaged my metabolism is right now. And being premenopausal, being 45 years old, getting older, you know, there's nothing that is going my way. You know, everything is against me, right? And I really want to get my metabolism fixed so that it's working properly. You know, a lot of people do keto for health reasons, and I totally agree with that. But I just think the years of dieting, not necessarily keto, just the years of dieting for myself, I've really damaged my metabolism. And, you know, just like others do different diets to help, you know, what ails them. Right now, I'm trying to work on healing my metabolism slowly. We got the treadmill set up upstairs. I just need to get a couple bolts, which Jimmy has in town, because he had them in like kind of like a bin that he ended up taking to the place that he's renovating. He only has 12 days, I think, of work left before he retires. So yay for Jimmy. I am so excited. We will be retired together. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be so wonderful. We love each other and we love spending time together, and I cannot wait for that. So that will be happening December 1st. And you know, I feel like with me, another change with me going low carb, it really changed my relationships, like with people. Years ago, I've explained this story. Years ago, I was so fixated on calories and working out. I was working out twice a day, cardio, weights. I was like watching my calories. I wasn't going out to eat with my husband. I wasn't, you know, I wasn't eating a lot of processed things. Like I was making my own food because I knew what was going in that food. Like I was really obsessed with working out and weight loss at that time. And I kind of felt like that with keto because I was getting kind of obsessed about seeing results, and I was getting really frustrated that I wasn't seeing results, and then that would play a part on like my relationships, right, with my husband, and you know, the frustration that I would have. And Jimmy's so supportive, like, you know, him and my girls are so supportive, and they love me no matter what. And I feel like just having this leniency of eating just has really helped that. And it's just a reflection on my mental health, and having that, you know, that handful of foods that I'm allowed to have on keto, and kind of just expanding that a little bit and relaxing a little bit, but still hanging on to those reins. And it's just really helped those relationships. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm a person, like I'm either an all or nothing person. There is no in between. I'm really trying to find that in between spot right now. But for me, it's all or nothing. Either, you know, I'm doing keto and I'm following right to the books, and when I don't see results, it really plays a part of my emotions, and I get really frustrated and mad at myself, right? And then, you know, when I'm off keto, I'm totally off, and then I start feeling guilt, and then, you know, then I complain to Jimmy that why did I eat that? Now I feel like sick, and now I feel so gross, and all of these things, and it's all or nothing for me. And I want to find that middle ground, because it's been so many years, 25 years of dieting, 25 years of yo-yo dieting and losing weight and gaining it back. And you know, keto was really good for me. I've tried all of the diets, right? But keto was sustainable for me in my mind when I was doing it. And I still feel like it's sustainable. But like I said, I just need a little bit of leniency with like the treats, you know, the keto treats. And we'll see what happens, you know, we'll see how it pans out, you know, in a month or two. And I really want to give this the good old college try. You know, I want to try it for a while and see how I'm doing. And I want to start exercising. It's been really cold here. I had mentioned we've gotten over like 50 centimeters of snow here in the last week. And so it's really cold. It's like minus 25 degrees Celsius here today. So I asked Jimmy, I need to set up that treadmill. Like I have to start walking. I really want to start walking. So between outside and if it gets warmer, like I don't have a problem walking outside as long as it's not too icy, but I want to get that treadmill set up so that I can, you know, do like 30 minutes of walking every day because I enjoy walking. I love it. So that is kind of like my updates. If you guys have any questions about any other things that I'm doing, or you know, how I'm dealing with this transition, or if you want to know suggestions on how to make that transition, just let me know. Write a comment down below or even send me an email. I am willing to help anyone, and like I've always said, you know, I am here, and if I help even one person, even when I started my YouTube channel, you know, that's what makes me happy. And I still continue to do videos for my YouTube channel for that reason. I want to help people, and I want to really explain and let you guys know that if keto isn't working, try something different. I'm not saying to try low carb, you know, maybe Weight Watchers, maybe, you know, maybe there's just something out there that intrigues you more. If keto isn't working and you're stalled and, you know, you're doing the total carb thing and nothing is happening, like, you need to change it up, you know, and I want you to know that that's okay. That keto is any diet is not the end all be all, and we are not bashing any weight loss programs or any sort of form of weight loss or any sort of dietary choice that you make. We are all in this together as friends and community and support, and that's why I continue to make videos. So thank you all so much for sticking with me, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you guys.